Hey, welcome to High School Sports Talk. I'm Harry Bernstein. Today, we're going to go into our high schools and talk about baseball. Stay with us. And we're back. We're here at Kennedy High School talking about baseball. And we have two of our baseball players here. On my left, Connor Aston. On my right, Sam Stoles. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. You recently had a big win over Carteret, 15-2. Tell me about the pitching and the hitting and the fielding. Why don't you start?
Well, it all clicked. We've been playing good baseball recently. So our hitting was there. Our pitching was there. We kept the ball low. And our fielders helped them out.
Right. Sounds good. What are your feelings about that game?
We just did everything good. We hit the ball. We played good defense. And our pitchers threw awesome. So if we keep this up, then we'll be good throughout the season.
Do you have a baseball hero?
Yeah, my baseball hero is sitting right next to me.
Oh, really?
Stoles.
Really?
Yeah, I played with him since I was like
You try to
8 years
emulate
old.
everything he does?
Yeah, he plays the game the right way. So I just try to be just like him.
There you go. Do you have a Met hero?
David Wright, definitely David Wright.
Because?
Because he's the best player in the world. That's it.
Okay. Do you agree that David Wright's the best player in the world?
Well, if that's what gets him to play like the way he does, I mean, I'm in.
You got to go.
I buy it.
You got to go with it. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your team. Why don't you start? What are the goals of the team this year?
Well, last year we had a down year, and we're looking forward to getting back into what Kennedy baseball has been for the last decade. And we have been a very good team, and we just want to get back to that.
Okay, and you would agree with that pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay, what skills are you working on right now? What position do you play?
I play third base and pitcher.
Okay.
So I'm kind of new to third base. I used to catch before, so just working on field and ground balls and throwing it across the diamond. It's from a different position, so
right.
It's a little weird at first, but I'm kind of getting the hang of it now.
Right. And what do you got to position your body in a different way? And
yeah, get low to field a ground ball.
Is it more of a sidearm throw or more? Do you
I try to
go
keep
over
it
the top?
over the top
Yeah.
because I'm more accurate that way. So.
Yeah. And what skills are you working on right now?
All right. I play second base, so a lot of it is just fielding ground balls and getting the ball out of my glove quick and throwing it to first base to get the runner out.
What's the key to fielding for a young person just learning?
So stay low to the ball. Stay low. Keep it in front of you.
Because you can always come up if it bounces up, right?
Yeah.
And you're a Yankee fan now. What do you miss Derek Jeter? Are you crying at night? Where's Derek or what?
Yeah, I mean, Derek Jeter was a great player, and he played with a lot of heart and played the game the right way.
Yeah.
And growing up watching him was a blessing for me.
Hall of Fame first round? What do you think?
Definitely. It's got to be.
Yeah. What about this DD's taking his place? Decent or?
I think he's pretty good.
Good
he
field,
plays,
no hit or what?
He's a great fielder. Yeah. He might be even a better fielder than Derek Jeter, but we'll see if he
you disagree
brings
with
it with
that?
the bat.
Derek Jeter is probably the best fielder to ever play baseball.
I don't know. This guy's pretty good, Sam.
Yeah. Now, the Mets, now they got a relief pitcher that's out with steroids for 80 days, and Zach Wheeler out with Tommy John. Is this going to hurt the big effort we were hoping for with the Mets this year?
Yeah, it's definitely going to hurt. But if the hitting, if everyone hits like they're supposed to this year, then I think it won't matter because we got good pitching in Harvey, and even guys like Dylan G are still good. Yeah,
and DeGrom.
Yeah.
And A-Rod's hitting the ball. Everybody's happy. Everybody's cheering him now at Yankee Stadium.
I was so excited for A-Rod to come back. I think this is a great opportunity for him. And he was always a good baseball player. He just had a little trouble there, but I think he's straightened down and he's ready to go.
Sounds good. Do you have any superstitions on the day of a game?
I always eat honey bunches of oats.
Honey bunches of oats?
That's my cereal.
It became a thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you played good one day after eating them?
Yeah.
Or you just love honey bunches of oats?
Yeah, they're good.
They're good, yeah. Are you a Honey Bunches of Oats guy?
Nah, I'm definitely not a Honey Bunches of Oats guy.
What do you do on game day? What's your superstition, if you have any?
I always make sure I have a 32-ounce purple Gatorade and a bag of barbecue sunflower seeds.
Oh, okay. So you guys do have your little routines that you
Yeah.
go through. I want to ask you a question. What do you think about baseball's efforts to speed up the game? The minor leagues, major leagues are talking about, really you can't step out of the batter's box. The pitcher's got to pitch in a timely fashion. They'll penalize you. They're even talking about if you're going to give an intentional pass to someone, instead of throwing 4 balls, you just say, okay, go to first base, we're passing you. What do you think about that? Is it going to hurt baseball, or is it going to help get the younger kids more involved?
I think it will help get the younger kids more involved. It speeds up the game a little bit and lets kids be able to focus more. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, you got 300 channels on your TV station now. You got games on your phones. Kids aren't watching as much baseball as they did 50, 60 years ago. Do you think it's a good thing to speed it up or keep it the way it's always been?
I think it's a good thing. Like Connor said, kids have trouble focusing and watching the game. But it's also, I think it's going to be hard to change because it's been done for so long the same way, and it's going to be hard to switch that.
And some people are going to have probably trouble with it. Describe game day for you. What happens when you wake up besides your Gatorade? And when do you drink Gatorade? You don't Gatorade for breakfast, do you?
No. I start off with like a protein bar early in the morning. Get through the school day. I'm normally out at 12:30 because I have senior block. And then we come in early to hit a group of the seniors.
Oh, yeah?
And then,
What's early?
Like 1:45, 2 o'clock.
Oh.
We're here
Okay.
hitting. So we just get here early, hit, and then get ready for the game.
Get physically and psychologically ready. What's your game day like?
Just get through school and then come here and hit and just get ready. Just get some swings and get loose.
Okay. What does this picture say to you, Yankee fan?
Oh, well, I'm just hoping he has a great year. I mean, he started off great last year. And if we want to make a run at this, we're definitely going to need our ace. So
he seems to be doing pretty well. I mean, people are worried, gee, is he going to hurt his elbow or not? But so far, seems to be doing pretty well.
Yeah, he threw decent last night. He's been working on a couple more pitches, so that'll help.
Now, as a Met fan, what do you think of the Yankees going out and spending $1 trillion for Mr. Tanaka?
Doesn't matter. Matt Harvey's better.
Okay. Do you agree with that Harvey's better than Tanaka?
I really like Tanaka because I'm a huge Yankees fan, but Matt Harvey is the real deal, and he's a very good pitcher. So
coming back from Tommy John, throwing as hard as he did the other day, wow, it's pretty. We have a lot of impressive. CC, if his knee holds up, doing pretty well. He had one bad inning a couple days ago as we're taping here today, but other than that, he looked pretty good, and I think we got some pretty good pitchers in New York this year. It could be an exciting year. Yankees got to get the hitting going a little bit, right?
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
I got faith in them.
Yeah. You're happy with Kadire, the new guy in left field?
Yeah, he's been playing pretty good. Well, he's been striking out a lot, but I think he'll come along. He'll adjust to the new city.
How do you like that Granderson has his old batting coach from the Yankees now with the Mets?
I think he likes it because he's been hitting pretty good.
He had a great spring,
Yeah.
and he's been taking walks. He's not swinging at crazy pitches as much, so it's pretty good. Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for sharing with us. Good luck to the Mustang baseball team. Keep on keeping on. Good luck to the Yankees and the Mets this year. It'd be great if they met in the World Series. Make it a great day, guys, and we'll be right back with another baseball team. Stay with us. And we're back. We're here at Colonia High School, and we're talking about the boys' baseball team. And we have with us on my left Tyler Kovalovich. Did I say that right?
Yes.
I did. And JT Desorti on my right. Tyler, you are a first baseman and a pitcher. Tell me, let's talk first base first. What is the most important thing that you're working on as a first baseman this year?
Pretty much just staying confident. First base was a position I didn't play my freshman and sophomore year. I picked it back up my junior and senior year. It's a position that a lot of people look down upon, or not look down upon, don't take seriously, or
they don't realize how hard it is.
They don't realize how
You're
hard it
getting
is.
throws from all over the place.
Yeah.
A lot of them coming in on the ground sometimes.
Yeah, especially the ones in the dirt. I know it was a weakness I had all my life when I played first base. Especially with the turf field we have now, that's got made a lot easier.
Oh, it bounces more true? Or?
Yeah, it's a different hop, especially on the turf. I would rather play on this turf field than any field in the East Coast.
Does it skip or does it true bounce up?
It's a true bounce up.
Really?
Whatever direction you see the ball is going, that's pretty much where it happens most of the time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. The field we got this year. I played on fields all across the East Coast, and honestly, this field, I have to say, has to be one of the best I've ever played on.
Yeah, wow. And it looks good too, right?
Definitely.
Wow. Now, as a pitcher, what is the most important thing you're concentrating on as a pitcher?
Hitting my spots. All my life, you hear all the hype about the person who throws 90 miles per hour, but what's good is a 90-mile-per-hour fastball when you can't locate it. So all this whole offseason, I've been working with coaches and just getting my location down. I have a lot of different pitches I use now. I carry a lot of guys out with it, but mainly the main key is keeping the ball low, especially with my tall frame. I want to get that ball down.
That's interesting. Hitting the spots, boy. John Smoltz from the Atlanta Braves years ago, he and a couple other Atlanta pitchers, they wouldn't necessarily always overpower you, but boy, if they moved that ball around, nobody knew where it was going. So that's a very interesting point. Now, you are a you are a second baseman and a shortstop.
Yep.
Let's talk about second base first. The tricky thing there is making the play, let's say, to your left. You got to go to your left, and let's say there's a man on first. So now you got to spin around. Are you right-handed?
Yes.
Okay, so you got to do what to flip it to second to
Just try
go
and
for double?
get there as fast as I can, and hopefully, my instincts will tell me if I have a play or not. And if I do, just spin and throw or drop step, and then if not, I'll just get the sure out at first.
At first, yeah. So you must practice that all day, every day.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much every day. We do multiple, after we warm up and whatnot.
Yeah.
So your coach just hits his ground balls and whatnot, and then just get our practice in, get our work done there.
Now, is a double play easier when you're playing shortstop because you're generally receiving the throw, but half the time you're flipping to the second baseman?
It's kind of you get used to them both. The difficulty is just they're two really different positions, the way you throw, the footwork and whatnot, but you get used to them both.
Right. Now, you are a Met fan.
Yes.
What do you think of Flores as a shortstop, since you are a shortstop? Can he field? Can he throw? Can he hit the way they think he's going to hit?
He made a few errors the other day, but I think he's going to be good. He's going to turn out. He's going to fill in. He's going to play a really big role in the team's success this year.
So you would leave him in for 100 games and see what he does, and if he
Yeah, I'd
doesn't,
say so.
Tejada's back in?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely can hit from what he showed.
Yeah, he just
The
has to be
question is,
consistent.
can he throw to first?
Yeah.
I mean, all the time. Or
Exactly.
I think he hurries himself a little bit too much. It's almost like throw it well, even if the guy beats you, but don't throw a wild.
Yeah, exactly. It's the errors like that just cost the Mets games.
Yeah, really.
Just gotta
And what about Mejia out for 80
the
games now, and
steroids.
Zach Wheeler? I mean,
Well,
what happened? What happened?
Both of those injuries, I believe, are big blows to the Mets.
Yeah.
Because Mejia, last year, he was really a key role in the closing.
Yeah.
The games out because he was just really dominant. But
Yeah.
and to go
Sore
and do
elbow,
something like
and now
that,
he's out for 80 games because of something he's got in his system.
Yeah.
But Zach Wheeler, that's a bummer. Wow.
Yeah, I know he's going to be a very key piece
Yeah.
in the rotation, but unfortunately, but at least Matt Harvey's back, so
Yeah.
I think he's going to be dominant this year.
He's exciting. A-Rod playing first base. Can he do it? Now, they're putting him back at third now because he's starting to hit. What do you think? Is he going to be the real deal this year? You're a Yankee fan.
Definitely, 100%. I have a lot of confidence in Alex Rodriguez. Growing up, that's all I saw, him and Derek Jeter go back and forth. And with all the problems he's had in the past, I think he has to look past that. It's going to be hard for him, especially in New York, but I think he's a professional. He'll take care of that good.
Are you happy with this DD fellow at shortstop?
Well, yeah, it's going to be rough for him because, I mean, he's replacing the best shortstop of all time in Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
But I would rather have no other shortstop on my team than him. He's a young kid. He's being brought up just like Derek Jeter used to. If you look at Tino Martinez when he retired, or when he wasn't on the Yankees roster anymore,
right,
or when he came to the Yankees after Don Mattingly, it was rough for him, and he became out to be a Yankee legend.
Right.
So
now the Mets have a powerful pitching staff, it looks like. How about the Yankees? Tanaka going to be good? His arm's going to hold up for the year?
Yeah, hopefully. That's every Yankee fan hopes so, right?
Yeah, yeah. And what about was CeCe going to be good the rest of the year?
He'll be good. If you look at it, everyone's making a big deal about him overweight, but he didn't. I think it's an improvement for him because if you look at his past career, it's the same way he was always at. So
that's right.
He had success in the past. He's going to have success this year again, I feel.
We just need his knee to hold up now, and hopefully what they did last year will fix him up. Would you be excited if it was a World Series, New York versus New York? I don't know what's going to happen this year.
Definitely as a Yankee fan, because it'd be an easy win.
Oh, boy, there you go.
I don't know about that.
There you go. Well, so the rest of the year, your team wants to do what?
Just be consistent. Just we have to get back to playing our game, know how we play, and just go out and win, pretty much.
Why is baseball such a great sport?
Well, that's a hard question to ask because there's not an answer I could put on that. Like when someone asks why do you love your parents or why do you love your siblings, there's not you don't know how to answer that question. It's just something you like doing. I played every sport you could think of. I played football, basketball, baseball. Yeah. Baseball has just always had a different thing to me because I would just, first of all, I feel like I'm naturally gifted at that. Yeah. That's what I just love to do. Yeah. There's not an exact pinpoint answer you can get to that. It's just.
But you just love being out on the field.
I love it. There's nothing.
Doesn't matter if it's a double header. You're out there.
Oh, definitely.
It just feels good being out in the sun and playing ball, right?
That's all I like doing. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Why is baseball so great to you?
I think it's just like a relief from stress. Like going out on the baseball field, I just feel like I'm in a different place, and it just gets rid of everything. And
there you go.
I just think it's the best sport, I think.
Okay.
I love it so much.
Now, what does this picture mean? I know this means something very, very special to you. Tell me what it is.
On the left, you got Mike Trout. It's from New Jersey. On the right, you got Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper's actually my favorite player because I followed him up through the minor leagues, and even when he got drafted. When he was my age, he was hitting balls 500 feet. I mean, it's just, that picture you have right there is a result of him, all the hard work he put in his whole life. I mean, you see him and Ian Desmond, a Nationals teammate. I mean, in the backyard or at his high school field, all he did was hit 24/7 pretty much with his dad. And that's something I like to model myself after Bryce Harper because he's one of the hardest working people you ever meet. At the age of 22 now, he's the face of the Nationals. He's one of the best players in the National League and in the MLB.
He can hit, he can field,
he can do
run.
everything. He's an athlete, and he treats every game like it's his last.
Yeah. And speaking of those skills, Mike Trout here, what do you think of New Jersey's Mike Trout and Bruce Harper, yourself here?
I think he's a really dominant player in the league. He plays a really big role in the Angels' success, and quite honestly, his consistency, his ability to hit for power, he has a great arm, he's a great fielder. I think he's definitely one of the top players in the MLB.
Too bad one of the New York teams didn't keep him in New York, right?
Yeah.
Right here from New Jersey. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for sharing with us. Good luck to the Patriot baseball team. Rest of the way and have fun out there playing baseball this year. And everybody, we'll be right back with another team. Stay with us.
I think it breaks a little to the left.
To the right.
Nope, straight.
I told you it was going right.
Get up, get up, get up, and be a player. Get up, get up, get up. Get up, get up, get up, and be a player. Get up, get up, get up. Get up, get up, get up, and be a player.
Get up and play an hour a day.
For fun playtime ideas, go online. Just don't stay long.
And we're back. We're here at Woodbridge High School, and we're talking about Woodbridge baseball. and we have two of the Barron players here. We have on my left Harry Rutkowski, who is a pitcher, and on my right Nick Bradshaw, who is an infielder. Gentlemen, thanks for coming down and being with us today. What are the things that are most important to you when you're pitching?
Well, you always got to get ahead, because if you get ahead, you have other pitches that you can work with. And if you have those pitches, then you get the batter guessing. And whenever you can get the batter guessing, that's always the best.
And what's the best way to get ahead of a batter, or does it depend on what you know about him already?
It depends mostly on the batter, because if it's like the bottom of the lineup, you just go ahead and throw a fastball, try to get it by him. But if it's like the top of the order, maybe the third or fourth guy, you're going to maybe throw a curve, slider, something to get him off balance.
Yeah, so you want him to swing and get a strike on him one way or the other, especially at the front of the order as best you can. And what about as an infielder? What's the most important thing to you in fielding?
I'd say probably just making sure you're playing for 3 outs. When you have your pitcher up there, you got to make sure you're getting the outs that when you need them. Giving teams more than 3 outs, that's going to lead to more base runners, more runs. So just executing on ground balls and making plays for the pitcher is always one of the main things we try to focus on.
And what does executing on the infield actually mean? On second base, stay low.
Right. Just staying down on the ground ball. Make sure you're watching it all the way in, making good accurate throws to every base. And, making the right decision when you get the ball, knowing what you're going to do with the ball once you get it.
Now, if you're playing shortstop, are you sidearming it, or are you trying to come over top?
I mean, I think that's kind of a feel type thing. Some guys are more comfortable dropping the arm down, some like coming way over top. So I think it's kind of just what you're more comfortable with is what people will go with. And
what about second base, though? Does that have to be over top because you're so close to the first baseman? Or again, it's a
right,
field
yeah,
thing?
I don't think it has to be. Anyway, I mean, if you get the ball there and it's a good accurate throw, I think you're in good shape.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show you guys a picture here. And being that you're both Met fans, you may have a negative reaction to this picture, but as a pitcher, Harry, what does this make you think of?
Well, this is a forehead, but you never know. Maybe seeing one of us or like one of our friends or even yourself being on it would be spectacular. So.
Yeah. And what does this make you think of?
I mean, he's one of the upcoming pitchers, like best in the major leagues. I mean, he's got one of the best splitters I think anyone's seen in a long time at the bigs. So he's a good pitcher, and he's got a good future ahead of him.
He has 7 pitches, they say, and that's crazy. That's crazy, right? I mean, anyway, how do you feel about the Mets this year? I mean, Wright, do you think he should not steal bases anymore? I mean, last year shoulder injury, this year hamstring. Would you just let him stay on first and don't run anymore? I'm serious.
Well, if you want to play the game, you got to play. Whether how you're feeling or not, if you're going to go and play, you got to do the right things to help your team out. So if stealing the bases is what he has to do to get the team better, then you might have to deal with a few injuries,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's also something you're going to see with major league teams, with how many games they play. Was it 162 a year? So I mean, you're going to deal with injuries. So, I mean, it's kind of inevitable that guys are going to get hurt. It's going to happen.
This really hurts the Mets.
Right.
He's the captain, and he was looking
He's
for
a leader,
healthy, good, and they brought the fences in for him a little bit. Now Eric Campbell, I think, is going to come up from the minors, maybe play a little third base. And what about Harvey? He's back. You're a pitcher. You've done some pitching. How do you feel about Harvey, the pitcher?
Well, he's looking strong right now, and if he keeps it up, you never know. He might be a little Cy Young.
Yeah, really, right? He's getting it
I
done
love his
so far.
mentality too. I mean, he just goes out there and you just see the confidence and the poise on the mound with him. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah,
He's good, really good player.
When you guys are practicing, what do you practice as a pitcher when you're, 2 days, or let's say it's the day after a game, so you're not going to pitch for a couple days. What do you practice?
Well, usually the day after we pitch, we like to run. But when we get closer to the starts, like our next start, we either throw a bullpen or long toss. But when you're throwing a bullpen, it's not just to go and throw, just to throw. You're working on pitches and counts and different counts and trying to hit the spots that you would be if you were in a game situation.
Right. And where did you get interested in baseball? Where did this come from?
When I was 7, I started playing t-ball, and from there I started playing, and that was it.
T-ball, yeah, that's a good place to start, right? And where did you get your start in baseball?
8-year-old Woodbridge All-Stars. Actually, I didn't play T-ball. I kind of just went right into it, and ever since then, just picked up, and then I just started playing it year-round.
There you go. And at practice, what do you work on? I mean, I'm sure you take a lot of ground balls. What are you thinking about? What are you working on?
I mean, it's a lot of footwork. It's a lot of making sure your body's under control when you're fielding the ball, and make sure you field it cleanly. We also will work on throws. Just making sure you're making a good, accurate feed to the second baseman or a nice throw to the first baseman. It's just executing the right play at the right time, and what you're doing at practice.
What about superstitions, Harry? Any superstitions on the day that you're going to pitch?
The day that I like to pitch, I like to do the same thing that I did last game, the way I throw, how I stretch, make sure I stretch good, and I usually like to throw with the same person before every game.
Oh, okay. So you got to get that one guy out there to throw to, who may or may not be the catcher of the day. You just want to warm up the same person. And what kind of stretches does a pitcher do? I mean,
I like to do my legs the most, because if I feel tight with my legs, then I feel like I can't finish my pitches, and then I'll leave everything up high. So stretching my legs is most important.
The hip turn and the legs pushing off the mound are as important as the arm, I guess, right?
Probably more important.
More important.
Indeed.
Yeah. And what superstitions might you have as a baseball player?
I like to stick with the same batting gloves. I ripped them the other day almost completely in half, but I had 2 hits, so I kept wearing them. So I'd also like to wear the same socks. If I have a good game, I'll put the socks right back on until I don't have a hit for the day, and then I'll.
Now, are they taken home, washed, and worn again? No, keep them where they are.
I just keep them right in my locker and put them right back on again the next day.
In this beautiful new locker? No, you're up. Where do you guys change up?
Right on the other side.
Right on the other side. So that's why they have these vented, in case you have the socks in there from day after day. Yeah. The team is moving forward, would you say, in the right direction?
I would say so. We're a young team. We have only 1 senior. We have, I don't know how many, we have juniors and sophomores, and so we're a young team. So we're working on the little things, trying to get everything right and in the right motion. And so far, we've done pretty good.
And if you're a young team, you'll be building for next year.
I was just about to say, I mean, we're going to have a ton of returning guys, which is a huge benefit for us, because that means we're going to have experience going into next year. And we're more than holding our own right now with a young team and an inexperienced team. Right. So next year when we're coming back, we're going to be ready to go. So it's going to be good.
Now, you had a big game recently against Kennedy that was written up in the paper I saw. What happened in that game? You were pitching that game,
yeah,
right?
It was just the team effort. I mean, of course I went and I had 16 strikeouts, but without the team to hit and field, then there's no point of me doing those things on the mound, because if we can't produce from the plate, then pitching doesn't do anything for the team.
Right. That was a good game against Kennedy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, well, gentlemen, thank you very much for sharing, and keep on keeping on, and have fun playing the great game of baseball. Everybody, thanks for watching. This is High School Sports Talk. I'm Harry Bernstein, and we'll catch you again next time. Make it a great day.